Yes, you do have to log in your age to watch it.
So that's how you know it's a fun music video.
So fair warning, not safe for work.
Don't watch it on an airplane.
Or do what you want.
Hey, this is NYLON's Pregame, and we're here with Taylor Momsen.
Hi.
Hi, Taylor.
Hey,
I'm
how are
so
you?
excited you're here.
I'm so excited to be
We
here.
got you some pizza.
It's amazing.
It's actually not prop pizza, so
we can
feel
actually
free.
eat
We
it.
can actually
Where
eat
is
it.
this from?
Zaz.
It looks good. It looks like a good mid-afternoon snack.
Exactly. You have a busy day, so we wanted to give you some
Busy
fuel.
day. Thank you. Well, you can't go wrong. It's very New York. Pizza, little Diet Coke.
Little
It's
Diet
great.
Coke. Coke Zero.
Coke
I
Zero.
actually do want to point that out, and that was your choice.
Well, okay. I've been on a Coca-Cola journey.
Okay, tell me.
So, Diet Coke is still that's my main drink.
Uh-huh.
But we spent so much time in Europe over the past 2 years.
I was just gonna say.
And Diet Coke is
Non-existent
over there. So I got very used to the Coke Zero during that time, and now I'm on a Coke Zero kick. Yeah.
Well, my first question for you is, what are we pre-gaming? But I think we're pre-gaming a Euro tour, so we're really doing it right.
We're doing it correct. We're doing it European style.
Yeah.
Which, should we cheers to
Let's
that, right?
cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right.
See, it's delightful.
It is good, and I have to say, I'm a real snob about Diet Coke, and like, that's not that different.
It's not that different. Do you like put lemon in it and stuff, or
Love a lemon in it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Very.
It's good.
Also, it's very important for me that it has to come from a can.
I agree with that. It's extra cold.
I hate a 2-liter. I'm like, don't insult me with this.
Not fizzy enough.
Not fizzy
I'm with
enough. And then a fountain soda if you have to.
Of course.
You know.
Fountain has a completely different taste, though. But there's something to it.
It does. But it's like if I'm at the movies, that's what I'm
Movie
getting.
theater fountain soda is kind of king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So walk me through. We were just talking off camera, spoiler alert, but that you had a very busy day because you have a lot of exciting things coming up.
A lot of exciting things coming up. I'm kind of running on manic fumes of trying to get everything together in time.
Yeah.
So we are leaving for Europe in a few days. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do before that, but we are starting our Dear God world tour, which is
crazy,
incredibly exciting. I'm super looking forward to it, and the schedule is scheduled to the minute at this point, which is great.
So how do you pregame knowing that you're going on a world tour to be like, well, I won't see my bed and I don't have this routine for a while? What's on your like to-do list before you leave next week?
Well, the to-do list is like 10 pages long. It's mostly checklists, honestly, before we leave, especially when we leave the country, because I have to preemptively think ahead of anything that could possibly go wrong. Which we were just in South America with ACDC, and I did not preemptively think a poisonous spider would bite me, so I didn't go that far.
That's on you.
So that's on me. Didn't have the anti-venom packed, but you think ahead of, like, you know, if you're going to get sick, you need your certain medicines that you know work for you and how they make you feel, and hopefully you don't get sick, but you don't want to not have them because every country has different things, and backups of makeup and backups of the tights I wear on stage and just all that kind of stuff. I kind of have down to a science at this point. I've been touring for 17 years.
How many suitcases are you bringing?
2 stage ones, 2 press personal ones, like 4.
Okay, nice.
And then the carry-ons, the carry-on pack.
Okay.
Okay, the carry-on pack is important because the carry-on pack is contingency plan of if your suitcases get lost.
Of course.
So you have to pack your, like, if I lost this, I would die stuff, and I can still do the show in a carry-on. So there's that checklist also.
I feel like these are all coming from like past traumas from you that you've learned
They
all
are.
these things.
They are.
Yes.
Yes.
What have you done when you lost your suitcase in the past?
There was one time, it was a festival, we flew in, it was like a one-off, and the bags didn't get there. I luckily was wearing my stage boots, so I had those. I figure if I have my boots and my leather jacket, I can kind of make it work.
How many boots and leather jackets? I imagine your collection is amazing.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie about it. But I have my favorite things.
What are the favorites?
My stage boots are R13 that I wear all the time. And then my jacket is, I actually don't know what brand it is. I don't think it is a
really
brand.
Good one.
Yeah.
It's like real worn in.
Yeah, it's super worn in. I've had it forever. And then the outfit underneath changes. So
what are the stage looks looking like for this one?
I'm not entirely sure yet.
Okay.
I'm still working
work
on
it out now.
Still working it out. It's hearkening to album art, but with a stage twist, which is a little bit grimier, a little bit more.
It's like a heightened version.
A movable version.
Like
a little bit more me and a little less direct, kind of schoolgirl.
Yeah. Tell me about the album.
Well, the record is called Dear God. I'm incredibly proud of it. It was an interesting recording process because it's kind of a funny story. So I called my agent calls me and goes, okay, you're done, no more shows, right? You want to go back in the studio? And I said, yes, like, don't call me. I'm finished. leave me alone, no more shows. And he goes, okay, but even if it's for something really big? And I go, no, like nothing, absolutely nothing, unless like the Rolling Stones or AC/DC call. And I said this, Lauren, so flippantly as a joke. In no world thinking, I manifested. In no world thinking this would happen. We get into the studio, we start recording, it's going great. It's like the greatest recording sessions of our lives since like Light Me Up. Just everything is running swimmingly perfect, and kismet and magic is happening and all the things, which is a rarity in the studio. And bring, my phone rings, and I go, it's my agent. Why is he calling me? I told him not to call me.
Do not disturb.
I pick it up, and he goes, Taylor, you're not going to believe this, but AC/DC just called, and they want to take you guys out. Needless to say, when AC/DC calls, you put what you're doing on hold and you say yes. You pick up that phone call. Yeah. So we paused the record. About a week later, he calls again and goes, you're really not going to believe this. The Rolling Stones just called too. And so now
you're so powerful.
So now I kind of feel like a witch sometimes. He goes, so now you're going to be opening for the Rolling Stones in Vegas, and then you're going to get directly on a flight and fly to start the tour with AC/DC in Germany. So we played with the Stones and AC/DC in the same week, which was nuts. And so then the AC/DC tour continued for over the course of, it's almost been 2 years now. Yeah. And so we've been making the record in between those tours, which was a different kind of process. So you
pre-gamed this album with the Rolling Stones and AC/DC.
Yes.
So this album has a lot to live up to.
It has a lot to live up to, but I haven't quite figured out how to talk about it yet, because it's hard to talk about music before people have heard it. But there's an authenticity to this record and a kind of brutality and honesty to it that we've touched upon in previous records, but not to this extent. It's very confessional. It's very ripped from my diary. The whole thing's kind of a letter to God, and it's emotional, and it does all the things, and it just feels very me. Yeah. Like, that's kind of the best way I can describe it.
How does it feel now being like a month out?
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's always surreal putting out music, I think, like the first day. It's almost sad.
Right.
There are these pieces of work that I've slaved over and poured myself into, and it's so personal and it's so me. And then you share it, which is the beautiful thing about music. But as soon as you put it out into the world, it's not yours anymore.
Yeah.
And so, even though I don't have kids, I kind of say it's like, I imagine what it feels like sending your kid off to college. Yeah. Where like you're saying goodbye to this thing that you've raised and loved, and it's like, serve me well, and do a good job, child. And so that's kind of how it feels. So there's almost like a very brief but very real mourning period that happens like on release day, where it's half excitement and half kind of like, oh, okay, bye. Yeah. And so I don't know, it's always an interesting feeling when we put out a record.
Do you have any rituals like when it comes out at midnight?
No.
Or you stay up? Do you listen to it?
I mean, I'm always up at midnight, so. But yeah, I'll listen to it, definitely.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
When you think about when the first record got released, do you remember how you felt right before that came out, and has that changed at all?
I think were we on tour? I think we were on tour when the record came out, so I was in the whirlwind. It was like our first real grinded out tour, and so I probably didn't even know.
You're like, what planet am I on?
Yeah, so we were probably probably on stage, honestly.
But the first single that came out, When I Wake Up, is so fun.
Thank you.
So tell me does that feel emblematic of the album? Is that a taste of what's to come?
It's definitely a taste of what's to come. Technically, that's not to correct you, but technically it's the second.
Correct me.
It's technically the second single, because we put out For I Am Death first, which that was really the first thing I wanted people to hear for a multitude of reasons, but it just felt like when we finished that song, it was like an obvious, that's the first song you come back with. And this record really delves kind of all over the place, but there's also a cohesiveness to it. It's really, it's meant to be listened to from front to back, because there is a story to it. Yeah. And I don't want to call it a concept record, but it's not a concept record.
I feel like musicians have a hard time with concept records as like a theory, where it's no one really wants to put that label on things anymore.
No, because I feel like when you say concept record, it's a concept record in the way that like
it's about a central theme.
It's about it's about me. It's about my life, and so that's a concept in and of itself.
Pretty big concept.
But in a very kind of direct way, and so it's But my point was that we've been putting out the songs for the first time in the history of our career in the order of the album.
Oh, interesting.
Which is quite cool to me. That
Yeah.
was something that was really important to me because I want people to hear the record the way it's supposed to be listened to.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you can't cherry pick your favorites and then, once it's all out,
make your own playlist,
do your
shuffle
own
it
thing,
up.
have
Yeah.
fun with it. Again, not mine anymore, it's yours.
Absolutely. The music video
Yeah.
for the second single, Now That I Know, is so fun. Speaking of parties.
Thank you.
Tell
Yeah,
me
right?
about filming that, because if people have not seen it, watch it. It's very fun.
Yes, you do have to log in your age to watch it.
So that's how you know it's a fun music video.
So I'm just fair warning, not safe for work video.
Don't watch it on an airplane.
Don't watch, or do. I don't judge.
Yeah.
Do what you want. But just fair warning. Had many a phone call of people going, "You didn't tell me that I shouldn't watch this at blank blank." But no, it was super fun. It was directed by me and Chris Acosta, and it was 2 days in Los Angeles. I got to pull in friends from all realms of life, of my life. Jess and Connor from Gossip Girl. We had Pat Smear and Alon from the Foo Fighters. We have Jenna Hayes, who's an old friend of mine. So it was kind of this thread of all my worlds colliding in this very debaucherous few evenings.
Yes. Is that relatable to, maybe not right now because you're in fucking tour mode, but like, have you had nights like that in the past?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I've been a rock star for like 20 years.
I think the thing that I actually think a lot of the fans are getting it, but the intent with that video and the song on first listen, it's quite fun.
Right.
And it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But it's actually, I think, a lot deeper than you would maybe grasp on first listen.
100%.
And the video is the visual depiction of that.
Yeah.
Of basically, like, we all know the life I'm talking about. We've all had that experience or had a friend who's had that experience where you are in a situation, you wake up and you don't exactly know what happened the night before or whatever. And I went through a very dark period of my life, and that was very real. And the point of that is that that's not a sustainable life.
Right.
And that can only last so long before it takes a very dark turn. And the song that's kind of what the song is saying, and that's what the music video is reflecting, where it always starts off a great time.
Yeah, exactly.
But eventually, you gotta look in the mirror and
figure it out.
Yeah.
Hard segue, but I do want to talk about some parties in your life.
All right.
So tell me, what's the best party you've ever been to?
I knew you were going to ask this question. And
I hope you reflected.
I did reflect on this. And the problem with that question, I can't tell you.
Come on.
The road touring is a great time, but there's a rule on the road of what goes on the road stays on the road. It's like Vegas. And so there's a lot of stuff that I cannot repeat. It's just like the code it's the code.
Okay.
So there's been, so watch when I wake up.
Yes. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Insert, people that you might know here.
Yeah.
And there you go. But so I was genuinely reflecting on this, going, how do I answer this question? But there's been a lot of good parties. I mean, like recently they've tamed down over the years, and now my kind of party is not so much a when I wake up party, and it's much more relaxed. Like a bus party is like, I love hanging out with our crew and the band, and we play music and talk and watch comedy, and like that's my idea of a party now. Birthday parties are always fun.
What's your best birthday party?
Well, I had a really great one on tour with AC/DC.
Okay, that would make for a good birthday party.
Which I've now had I'm about to have 3 birthdays on tour with AC/DC, which is kind of nuts.
Do you hear yourself say things like this?
Yes.
And you're like, this is insane that this is my life.
Sometimes, yes, it's very bizarre. It's more bizarre to say I've become very close with them. And so it's more weird to say, like, I'm friends with AC/DC.
Right.
And I mean that genuinely. And if you take a step back from that, it's just a bizarre thing to say out loud. Like icons that I've looked up to my whole life. It's very weird. Very cool. But they threw me a birthday party. That's where I was going with this. So when we were playing in Sevilla, Spain, I don't know if you saw this, but I got bit by a bat.
I'm familiar.
Okay.
I think everyone saw it.
A lot of people saw it.
Not to put you on the spot, but.
So I got bit by a bat, which in turn made Angus Young he dubbed me Batgirl, which stuck. And so they threw me a bat-themed birthday party on tour, and there was like a giant bat cake made from scratch that was like 3D and everything. And I had like the bat devil horns that's like harkens to AC/DC, but they were bat horns instead, and as a tiara.
Wow.
It was just like
a bat princess.
I was a bat princess from AC/DC, and that was a pretty cool birthday party.
That's a very good birthday party. I did go through some pictures of you at past parties.
Oh, no.
That I'm going to ask if you have any memories of.
Okay.
Well, first of all, you've obviously, before you were even doing music, you were acting. Do you remember some early rap parties?
I gotta be honest, I don't spend too much time reflecting on that. I know there was one party I don't remember what film it was, but it was when I was young, and they had karaoke, and I was really excited about that. That I remember. But I don't remember what movie it was or who was there.
Or what karaoke song you did.
Or what karaoke song I did.
What's your karaoke song now?
I haven't done karaoke in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of doing karaoke every night.
I don't know, we should go do karaoke, and I'll let you know.
I would love to. Okay, please. I'm holding you to that.
Yes, New York here. We can find the karaoke bars here are fun.
East Village will be easy.
Let's do it.
Great.
What's yours? Do you have one?
I like Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Okay.
That gets people going. Or like a pop punk song.
Totally.
You know, throw a Fall Out Boy or a Dashboard Confession.
We toured with them.
You did?
Yeah, with Fall
Was that
Out Boy.
fun?
Yeah, it was great.
I love them. They're nice guys.
Totally nice guys.
Yeah, it's fun. This is a really fun one. I saw that MySpace threw you a 16th birthday party, and you performed.
Was that thrown by MySpace?
That's what Getty Images said.
Okay, so, I don't know if that's true, but I remember the party.
Was it a good one?
It was interesting. It's always weird to work your party.
100%.
So I don't know if I would.
Have a sponsored birthday party is different than having
AC/DC.
It
wasn't really like it was like a work event for me.
Totally.
So I don't know that it was. I would consider it a party. It was. I think everyone else had a really good time.
Yeah.
But I was like doing press and then played. But playing's always fun.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But it was like, it was a work day. It wasn't
completely.
Wasn't really a party for me.
Another one that I saw that a bunch that you went to, which feels like a very certain of this New York time, was going to all like the Met Opera and the Met Ballet galas. Do you remember those?
See, I have a very weird structure of my life where I don't know how much I remember sometimes and how much I remember because it's photographed.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Totally. I feel like at the nights that, this is so sad, but sometimes it's like if I didn't have a photo of it on my phone that like I'll scroll back by, it's not going to stick so much.
It doesn't stick as, I don't know, we're training our brains in a very, I think, probably negative way that we should probably, but you know the weird thing about a memory is only the memory of the last time you remembered it.
Wow.
Right? Let that sink in. So like the last time you remembered something, that is now the new memory.
That's
so you're
crazy.
Only remembering the memory of the memory. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, it was always very fun to get dressed up and go to those things.
I just remember like when I was in my early 20s, like putting on gowns on a Monday night, and you're like, what am I doing here?
Only in New York.
And then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which you've performed at, and you've been several times.
That was great. That was, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Soundgarden. To be there with them and help support them that night for the most long overdue. I was so proud of them and so happy for them, and playing music with and I love them so much, and so playing music with friends, like that was fantastic. Because you know, you have Matt and Ben and Kim, and then it was Jerry Cantrell and Mike McCready, and it was just a very family oriented backstage event, and it was great.
Yeah.
Was really
What's the
great.
Backstage before you go on stage look like for you? What's on your rider?
Coke Zero and Diet Coke.
Wow.
Getting crazy. Bananas, pretzels, turkey, peanut butter, like snacky, easy protein foods. But Backstage is really chill. Like I come to the venue, we sound check. Sound check's my favorite part of the day.
Why?
Because it's just free.
You're just in the venue. It's open.
It's open, and playing music is fun. So it's playing music without any of the pressures of anything. Not that a show has pressure, but it's different.
But you're performing for a crowd, so it's like you want to make sure.
Yeah, there's just a different element, which is totally awesome, and it's a different thing. But sound check it's rehearsal with really good sound. That's what it is. And rehearsal is awesome, and it's kind of endless, and we'll stay on stage forever. And then I get ready for the show and do makeup and listen to music, and if I'm ready really early, I now crochet.
Wow, she's getting crazy.
Getting crazy.
Really.
But it's really like show day is. We're really focused.
Yeah.
Like it's all about music all the time. So we're playing songs in the dressing room, we're playing songs at sound check. It's it's a music-filled day always.
Did you do your own makeup for the shows?
I do, and my beautiful best friend Steph, we put it together. Steph runs my life. I would lose my head without her. It's a process, but there's a ritual to getting ready.
Getting ready is my favorite part of the night.
See, I like getting ready in New York. I hate getting ready in LA. I've decided
What's the
this.
difference?
When you get ready in New York is the event.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
New York, it's kind of like you really don't know where the night's going to take you.
That's what I mean.
LA, it's kind of like too logistical. There's too many logistics with going out in LA.
I swear to God, like in LA, I feel like I spend all this time getting ready, and then I go, so what are we doing? And then you end up in a car, and then you end up at a restaurant, and then you're done eating, and you go, well, what do we do now? And everyone goes, well, everything's closed.
Yeah.
And so you spend all this time getting ready to go sit somewhere, to go sit somewhere else, to then go home and take it all off. And I don't know.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth
Save
it
the
to
mascara.
me. Just make it easy. I don't know. LA confuses me sometimes.
Yeah. So say we're going out. I'm going to ask you for your dream pregame rotation.
Okay.
So these are 4 different people that you think would make for a really good night. The first one should be someone you've never met.
Who have I never met? I've met a lot of people. Okay. I know I'm a huge Oasis fan. I know Liam.
Uh-huh.
I've never met Noel.
Okay.
So I would love to get to know Noel.
Fun. He would make for a fun.
I think
Someone
it would
pick their brain.
is definitely someone I would love to have a conversation
Yeah.
with.
Someone you've known forever.
My band.
Technically cheating, but I'll let you have it to have more than one.
Okay, well, you can't.
We'll allow it.
They're just lump them in together. They're one guy. They're not, but it wouldn't be a party without them.
That's nice. And it's nice that it still feels like that for you.
It's a family.
Yeah.
Like it really is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of amazing that we've been together as long as we have, and it's still fantastic and feels arguably fresher than ever right now.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
especially
it's
going
really
to this
great.
world tour. Someone you've worked with in the past.
Oh, let's just go with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame lineup. Let's go with Matt and Kim and Ben and Mike and Jerry. That was a great night, and let's repeat that. That was fun.
Amazing. And give me a wild card. Someone I would not expect you to say.
I love comedy, and I love comedians. I've met quite a few of them, friends with a lot of them. Caitlin Olsen.
Fun.
I've never met Caitlin Olsen, and I love her.
Big Sunny fan.
Huge Sunny fan. Huge The Mick fan.
Underrated.
So underrated.
So underrated.
So pissed it's canceled.
Yes.
Like
we need a word.
I want to go out with her just to talk to her about restarting The Mick, because I need to know what happens with Sabrina.
And she's so good on Hacks as well.
I'm obsessed with
Really
Hacks.
good. Okay, this is a fun
Hacks
pregame.
is great, right? It's a weird amalgamation of people, but I think
so.
I think that makes for a good pregame though.
I think it would be the best. Where are you doing it?
Ooh,
Do you host at your apartment ever?
no. No, it's a sanctuary. Where am I doing it? Some Lower East Side bar.
Yeah.
Or East Village bar.
Where are your go-tos there?
Niagara's. Let's do it in Niagara's.
Well, on that note, we're going to do a final cheers.
Love it.
I'm letting you lead this toast.
All right.
Well, first I'm going to go to the new album.
Yeah, to Dear
Amazing.
God.
To Dear God.
To
To the tour.
To Dear God, to the tour, and to your recent engagement.
And to taking a rest when you're done with tour.
Yes, and to future karaoke.
Important karaoke.
Love it.
Cheers.
Cheers.